Yo, what's up? It's your boy Carter. I'm back. And let's talk about loving. Well, it's not gonna say loving. Let's say love with your heart. What does that mean? Well, it means a lot. When you're sitting there and you're thinking about love, like what is the thing that comes to your mind? You want to be happy, you want to be in a great place, right? You don't want to look at life and say, well, I loved you while things were going great, right? So what we look at is how much do we have to put in to a relationship for it to function correctly? And I have to look at it and say, a lot of people say, well, just do 50-50. And with that, we don't want to say do 50-50 in a relationship. We want 100-100. Let me give you 100, I want to give you 100. So what ends up happening is, 9 times out of 10, it's like a lot of people say, I've given all I can give, right? So when that's being said, like, you gotta really look at it and say, I didn't really give all I could give. I can always give more. The heart is the only thing that's hard to heal properly. We look at the heart and we say it has to be the most difficult part of our body to understand because the heart will always want it wants what it wants. Where the mind will say enough is enough, right? So when you're in love, when your heart's in love with a person, you have to remember that not everything is gonna go A B C D or G. It's not gonna go in the order, right? Because what if you make a mistake in your relationship? That's for you and that person to figure out. Because your heart will tell you like enough is enough. Sometimes it's not the heart that says it's enough, it's the attention that the other party is seeking. So when you're doing that, you have to let go. Because you're the only person hurt in that scenario. We look at our life and we say, all I want is what's best. That's all I want. So if loving you is what's best for you, that's what I'm gonna do. But I can't love you and break up with you and get back with you and break up with you and get back with you. That's not what's best for me or mine. Right? Let's talk about what breaks down a relationship. Let's say the blame game. Well, you did this to me back way back when. Da, da, da. Wrong time, right? We have to remember we're all human beings. When a person is no longer capable of doing the things that they were doing, they're not capable of, I don't say capable, they don't want to do it, and they just want to be happy. It's not for the other party to always bring up stuff that happened. It's not your place. You have to let that person grow from what you saw before to what you see now. You say something like, man, I wish I just live this kind of life with this person. A person that loves you and put up with a lot of your crap, that was from the heart. They get that from the heart. But then you got to remember, like, where do you go from there? If you're not a party person, if you're not, I'm going to go here, go there. There's other venues and ways to look at things to make it easy for you and the person to do it, right? You got to be cautious. You got to look at it and say, I messed up and I'm fixing it, right? You want to keep as many people out of your happiness as you can. Because people that see you happy now, sometimes are not happy. But then when you and that person are together and y'all are having a great time, don't let one bad day ruin it. Just be like, you know, I know a lot of people get upset. Like, you don't answer your phone and get upset. You don't call them, you ignore them and get upset. That's just a lot of things. But the heart would tell you, like, stop being this way. Your mind would tell you, yo, stop tolerating this. But your heart would be like, yo, chill out, I got this. But your mind would tell you, like, yo, we're going to stop tolerating this in a minute. In a minute, the pain that we once felt, the sadness we once felt, the misery we once felt, in a minute, we're not going to care for none of that. And then once the heart and the mind get on the same page, that's it. That's it. See, I hear people say, how can I move forward with a person who's so negative? It's hard. But what you think is negative is actually a learning tool, right? Look at the learning tool that comes from you and a person heart which I stay together. It's because that person loves you as much as you love that person. Then you want to look at, never mind what everybody else says, because it's your life, right? Spending time with a person is the most important thing. So you get some people who are like, I love you. Or when they're mad at you, they don't want to talk to you, right? When they're in front of you, they love you, they hug you. I mean, like, if you're not a person that's a hugger, you might be taken back by it. But you got to compromise. When you sit still, sometimes it's when you find out really what it is. Nobody's saying it's going to be walking to work, but you do got to make adjustments. If the person love you, they don't have time to think about if you love me. Tell me you love me, and let's figure out what we're doing wrong here. It's not for everybody in the world to know our business. It's for us to figure it out. You have to be knowledgeable of what you're saying to them. So that way they can understand it in the easiest form possible. Sometimes just saying good morning, if you text that person good morning, that sets the tone for the rest of your day. Should you be punished for somebody else make them mad and now it comes on you? You tell me that I'm sorry. To this relationship. I'm sorry. So you got to look at it like, can I be better than I was before? Not yesterday, but before. Yeah, you can. The way you deal with like those problems is just like this. I'm going to be a better man than I was 24 hours ago, 48 hours ago, 72 hours ago, however many hours ago after that. I'm going to be a better man. Women, understand this. I'm not always right. I'm sorry. Newsflash. You're not always right. You're going to be wrong. There's going to be that moment where that man comes home and he don't want to hear your big written first thing when you walk in the door. He don't want to hear it. He just don't. He's going to want to hear, hey, how was your day? Hey, how you doing? Give you a hug, give you a kiss. Sometimes why don't you go to him and hug and kiss him? Right? Because he needs to know that when he comes home, he's still the king of his castle. And that he has his queen by his side. That's all he needs. He don't need nothing else. Stop asking the person you're with to do things that you're not. If you're not willing to give 100%, then don't ask them to do things. Man, stop asking your woman to be like somebody else's woman, because what works for them don't work. It won't necessarily work for you. You might have a woman that's just confrontational. Hey, you ain't take the trash out, man. You ain't get the trash out. I gotta wash the dishes, cook, clean, man. You might get that one. You might get that man that says, hey, I ain't doing nothing in this house today. It's a sink full of dishes. Then we need to get that under control. You feel me? Don't be the Just like, okay, I got you. Or get to the sink together and wash it. You know what I'm saying? You also gotta look at where things go wrong. Things go wrong when a person is not willing to listen and communicate correctly. What you want them to say, well, this is what you do. I'm the type of person like, I want us to figure it out. I don't want it to stay overnight. I don't want 6 months from now to take. I need us to figure it out because you'll bring it up to me later on and I'm gonna be mad. I'd rather be mad now and let's figure it out now. But you gotta have respect. You know what I'm saying? Like if something ain't going right in your life personally, that's on you. I'm only here to make sure that you understand that I'm here for you if you want to talk. I'm here for you if you need some kind of help where I can help you. I'm not here for you to bash me. So that's what men gotta understand. We're not here for the bashing. Man, your woman may not be perfect, but she is perfect for you. She's perfect for you. She may start acting different, she lose weight, lose her mind in the process, but you gotta tolerate that. Because there was a moment where she could tolerate some BS that she shouldn't have. But she did because she saw something, the value in it. And now that you're not doing it, now you're like, look, I ain't doing nothing wrong. And you ain't gonna keep punishing me. Think about this. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for just being you. That's all they need to hear. I'm proud of you for just being you, not somebody else. Because being somebody else ain't being you. I'm proud of you for just being you. Right? You gotta keep people out your mix. I'm gonna tell y'all the difference when you realize that you're grown. If you got family that's always, I'm talking about always jealous of you, they hope your relationship is, they hope that. Because they jealous that they don't have what you have. You feel me? So they jealous of that. They jealous that you found a way to be happy without them. Because remember before you had to be the life of the party. Now you can kick back with somebody who wants to kick back with you. And they're upset about that. You know when you see your family members the most? When they're homeless, when it's income tax time. The two times you see family members the most. When they owe you, you ain't gonna see them. When they down and out, they gonna ask for borrow. See, that's when you in a relationship, you be like, I don't control the finances, my girl do. I don't control this, my man do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just say it like that so they know you can't come to me directly no more. You gotta go talk to that person or that person so they on the same page. What happens is 9 times out of 10, they're so caught up in being jealous and envious of you that they forgot that they matter to themselves. It's not on me. It's on you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta win without trying to make everybody else lose. So when you standing tall on something like, yo, that right there, that's my woman right there. You know, a bunch of other women, take that one. She might get on your nerves, but that one is for you. What you can't do is wonder why it's not working. It's not working because one argument turns into I don't want to be with you. I'm unhappy. I don't want this. You're happy going another fucking minute until you figure it out. That's all you can do. You gotta learn, like, I'm trying to do something and you're trying to interfere with me. Yes, I love you.
but I love me too. And I need us to get on the same page because there ain't no breaking up here. We got to figure it out here. Hold my hand and let's go for a walk so we can talk about these problems over here that keep coming up for no reason. I need you to stop with those words, man. Okay, well tell me what I'm doing so I can be on the same page as you. Okay, you asking me to stop doing something, but then I need you to do this. I want to build this, this, and this. Are you with me or not? It's different. It's different when you're trying to compromise. That don't mean you don't love the person. You love them good. They don't say some hurtful stuff. They're supposed to. But at the end, I gotta have respect bound. Yeah, people all the time in my family, man. I mean, relatives I got mad at me, hate on me. Mad because I'm fly. Mad because I went and got it out the mud. Mad because I didn't just sit around and let somebody else go look stuff up for me. Mad. They be mad. Guess what? Like mad, get bad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be old and trying to figure it out. I figured it out now. I figured it out then. You heard? So when you're looking at people and they looking at you like, dang, why is he still getting me like he did me? Because behind every great man, no, I'm sorry. Beside every great man is a great woman who wants to see you win. You can't be in a relationship and be controlled. That ain't it. Man or woman. You can't be that. You have to give your relationship some air, some room to breathe. It's like a man who sees like a dude looking at his girl, right? And all of a sudden, try to fight it because look. And that's when you should be at your proudest moment. Because somebody paying attention to something you got. You don't got it, you do. She don't got it, you do. A lot of y'all don't understand it. It's your heart and your mind playing Marco Polo. You got your mind and your heart on the same page. Different. It's different. But you don't have to stand by and let somebody tell you I'm trying to live my life like this. You still live your life like that, but respect can be there. And if you love somebody, they love you, they give you a bunch of time to tell you they love you. Baby, I love you, but we gotta sit down and talk. I want this, I want that. You swap. Okay, well I want to fix this and fix that before we get to that. That big part, that last part, before we get to that last part, I need this and this to be under control. Then so we can move on to this last part and not take it into what we're about. You feel me? So that's all people gotta do. Carter, why you don't ever be out, man? No. I need to go out for things like that. Ain't nothing out there for me. What's out there for me? Hating, people trying to violate, people trying to steal from me, rob, kill. No, I'm still I'm I'm going out of town, I can just relax. You know what I mean? People always will say, man, you act different. You're supposed to. Because it's called growing up. It's called growing up. Just because you got taller didn't mean you was growing up. I started understanding that. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to worry if I'm out cheap. I'm get the crib and feel it. Call me, text me, and let me feel about it. That's the vibe. You gotta have that. You gotta feel that. And that goes both ways, because a lot of women, y'all get off work, your girlfriend will call you, y'all just go and y'all forget you got somebody. Or this way.